All right, all right. As always, first, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone tossers, truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elected, shalom to the Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Native Americans, Latino Americans, and so-called African Americans here and scattered throughout the four corners of the world. It's a branch of Great Millstone Chicago coming to you with some more of it. I'm the brother Asha.
It's the brother Yaya.
And like we always love doing our spiritual sit-downs, man, we were just going over the fact that the TSA agents have been cut off work, in America's airports since February the 14th, Valentine's Day. They shut down the security but they gave tremendous funding to ICE to deport people. So it's amazing. So, in the spirit, speaking as a man, obviously there's going to be a psyop. They're going to try to have some type of event happen here in America and blame it on, not having security at the airports, like a possible another 9/11. You know what I mean? Possibly. Just speaking as a man, because it's been brewing for a long time. Now, things are all screwed up over there. They losing the war over there in Iran, backing up the U wishes. So it's a lot of things happening, man, and we're going to get to the scriptures. But let's grab this first scripture, Isaiah 19. He calls them the air. Well, we get, the playbook is still the same. I want to grab Isaiah 19. He calls them the air and every work thereof. So Isaiah 19, just the fact that, we're just going to get to the point. And, calls them the air and every work of the way. Isaiah 19. 14. Is Isaiah 19 and 14. Go ahead.
The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit.
So their minds is perverted, warped, and distorted, right? So it's causing them to do stupid stuff. Their playbook is still the same. You know what I mean? They're trying to garner sympathy by causing damage and hemorrhaging to their own people. You know what I mean? So this is a part of their minds being messed up. They can't think straight. You know what I mean? And so because their minds are messed up, they could continue to in a downward spiral. Grab the other one. There's no more wisdom and teaming. And it's happening all around us and unfolding. And we're gonna let this video play. Then we're gonna get some more precepts because it happened Valentine's Day. How ironic! On the Love Day, they not paying these people. Over 50,000 workers going to work not being paid. Imagine if that was you, where you're slavery all over again. You're forced to work with no pay for over a month. How are you paying your bills? How are you feeding your children? And this is, what's happening right now here in America. Mystery Babylon, a.k.a. Sodom and Gomorrah. And it's only going to get worse.
This is Jeremiah 49:7.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? So, as we see, there's no more wisdom in this place, man. They just going down all the wrong paths, man. They're doing everything wrong. But that's because the Lord has set it up this way.
Let's let this video play, and then we're going to bring out some more precepts. I'm claiming copyright statutes 1976. Fair use. This is just for educational purposes, and we're not being compensated for this.
Add to worse over the past 24 hours. Democrats are refusing to fund the Department of Homeland Security unless Republicans agree to changes in immigration enforcement. But guess who's caught in the middle? 50,000 TSA officers working without pay amid a partial government shutdown or not working at all. About 10% of them have been calling out in recent days. And that leaves more than 2 million airline passengers a day to deal with multi-hour security lines and heightened concern about the risk of terrorism. Also late today, we learned that half the checkpoints at Philadelphia International Airport will be closed effective tomorrow. And that's not all. Senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve is all over this story for us. He joins us now. Chris, good evening. How bad could this get?
Well, Tony, it could become a situation where those 2+ hour lines become more common than not at airports across the country, and could get worse yet if an airport can't staff its checkpoints. That airport may have to close for the day. Flyers prepare for the airport to get a lot less fun this spring break. In Denver, it was a rocky morning.
This is nuts. I've never seen DIA like this.
At the Atlanta airport, another day of wait times topping 2 hours. Nearly 40% of the airport's TSA officers called out sick Monday, forcing a checkpoint to close.
If I didn't come 2 hours earlier, I'd miss my flight. Look at this line.
And tomorrow, 3 of the TSA checkpoints at the Philadelphia airport will be closed. TSA sick calls are surging since officers missed a paycheck Friday due to the month-long partial government shutdown. Monday saw the most yet. More than 10% of officers nationwide called out. That's more than 5 times a normal day.
Our people are hurting every single day. We have individuals sleeping in their cars, drawing blood to afford to pay for gas to get to work. So the situation financially is dire for officers.
Acting Deputy TSA Administrator Adam Stahl.
If the call rate does climb, there could be scenarios where we may have to shut down airports. This is a serious situation.
It sounds like every day this goes on, you think it's going to get worse.
Yes, the longer we do not receive funding for both the department and for TSA, this will get worse. This will not get better.
Wait times are already increasing.
We're going to make our flight. We're thinking this is probably at least an hour's wait.
At Houston's Bush Airport today, the lines hit at least 103 minutes, 86 minutes in San Juan, and an hour at Chicago O'Hare. Now, it does not sound like airport closures are imminent. First, the TSA would look to reduce the number of open lanes and the number of open checkpoints, but particularly for smaller airports, that is a possibility. What can flyers do? Check your airport's website before you head to the airport. Most have up-to-date wait times, and then leave yourself some extra time.
So, nevertheless, so these wicked elites in the Epstein Island have billions upon billions of dollars, but they can't pay their TSA agents. So what is this leading up to? You know what I mean? Obviously, as apostles, elders have taught us, this is another part of the NWO. You know what I mean? New World Order setting up for the MOTB. They're causing a problem out of chaos, and the solution is going to be the CHIP, right? But nevertheless, who's calling the crosshairs? The minions. I can't. Not calling the minions, but the people that they're mistreating. Those who are oppressed. So it's going to get more chaotic and more chaotic, and it's eventually some form of 9/11 has got to happen. They're going to say they didn't shut down, people running down there. It's just too obvious that they're setting up for something awful to happen and blaming on T, and we see who the real T's are. Those who went to war against Iran with no just cause. And that's a whole nother story. Let's get to these precepts about them not paying their workers and destroying them. You know what I mean? Like this Babylon is going down. It's not going to be healed. It's only going to get worse. Get that Babylon. We would have healed Babylon, but we can't heal it. And then we're going to get these precepts about the fact that this place is, them not take care of the people who working. Because that's, you can't defraud people of their paycheck. How are they going to take care of their families? And you hear they say they drawing blood. You got it?
This is Jeremiah 51. You want me to get straight to the point? Right?
Yeah, straight to the point.
Jeremiah 51:9. Actually, I'll start at 8. It's a lot in here. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hands that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
And that's what you're seeing happening right now. A nation that's fading quickly as prophesied. You know what I mean? This place has to go down in order for righteousness to come up. You know what I mean? This place has to be overturned. And that's what's going to happen. The Lord is exposing this place for the wickedness it has done, the wickedness that has always been, rape, rob, murder, and theft. and now it's it's being brought down through the mighty hand of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Everything happens in a season. All right, let's get them not paying these people and taking advantage of them. You know what I mean? This is the Lord is wroth with that. It's second. Let's get the law. We're gonna start at Leviticus, the law. Leviticus 19 and 13. Let's grab that. This is Leviticus 19, straight to the point. At 13, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. So, technically, we're supposed to be paid every day. Not in the Esau system where they pay you every 2 weeks or a week. That's not according to the scriptures. If you work, you're supposed to receive your paycheck. In the ancient world, you work, you got your food, and you took care of your family. That's how the way the Lord has set it up. But these devils, because of their wickedness, they hold your money so they can capitalize off your money. And then, like I said, they just billionaires. They won't even pay. They can pay ICE, but they can't pay the TSA agents. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? Let's grab another quick precept. There's Proverbs 22. Proverbs 22 and straight to the point. And 22. It says, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. It says, for Yahweh will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. So you got a lot to pay for. And the Lord is not a man that he should lie. And you're going to suffer justly and righteously for your oppression and your wickedness and your tyranny.
Yeah, man. These people are already struggling, man. And for you to be taking away more and more money as the days and weeks go on, you're just straight up cruel, man. And the Lord is finna recompense you for doing this, man.
Let's get another precept.
Ezekiel, Jeremiah.
Get the Ezekiel 22. Let's look at this Ezekiel 22, 29 straight to the point.
Said Ezekiel 22:29.
Yeah.
The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. And keep going.
No, that's it.
Okay. And that's what we got going on right now, man. These people are getting oppressed and they're holding back all this money. I don't even know why they still working, man. They should really be going on strike. But they got their own situations. They got their own situations going on, man.
Right, and who's a stranger? We're the captives over in this land. So that's who they've oppressed. Jake always. You know what I mean? Without mercy. It just ruthless. You know what I mean? How can people survive based off of that? These people got, mouths to feed, food to put on the table. So how are they getting food? They say it's insane. They got to go to the blood banks to get money. That some of them said they got asking for donations. It is unbelievable. The wickedness of these people in rulership. Grab that when the wicked Proverbs 29:2. When the wicked authority, the people more, yeah.
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn.
And who is the wicked? Malachi, we outlined the wicked. You know what I mean? The scripture said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. And Malachi 1 and 4 lets you know who the wicked is. Esau, Edom, a self-proclaimed white man here in America. And Job 9:24 said the earth was given into his hands. And this is what he's done. He says we just gonna do what we want to do, and nobody can stop us. You know what I mean? What's that? Wisdom. Yeah, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10.
Yeah, beautiful. You already know that's the spirit.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10.
Go ahead.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Beautiful.
So, that's what they doing right now. They oppressing the poor righteous man. All these people are in there suffering and just trying to make an honest living in this wicked system, man. Just trying to get their money up, but Esau is hogging all the money. He said, "Let our strength be the law of justice, man." And they know that these people really can't revolt against them and ask for money or something like that, or else he would cut them off, man.
Time. He's gonna suffer for this, man. Bad. You know what I mean? We can't wait. It's let's get that Jeremiah. Jeremiah 22:13. Because it's a big payback coming for this devil, man. You got these people out here working for let y'all go to work for and without getting paid. All you billionaires, let them boycott y'all and shut y'all stuff down. This is Jeremiah 22:13, and this is what the Lord says. It says, "Woe unto him." This is Jeremiah 22:13. It says, "Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that uses neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work." So woe means destruction. The Lord is going to put you devils down once and for all of the oppression, all of the rape, rob, and murder. By you not giving these people their money, you killing them. You know what I mean? We're going to grab that right now. So you got to pay for that. And the Lord is, man, it's going to be beautiful that the Lord is going to recompense you for everything that you've done.
Yeah, and these devils have been doing this for hundreds of years, man, even going back into slavery, man.
Facts. And yet we still in captivity, as they showing right now. They got to work for free. So this is still the slave system. Come on, let's get that Ecclesiastes 34. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach. 34. We're going to get to the point. 34, 21, and 22. It says, "The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood." It says, "He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder." So by you not paying these people, you're going to force them to try to get stuff another way. They still got to feed their family. They still got to take care of their situation. They got to pay rent, light, gas, food, shelter, and you not paying them. You're forcing them to have to figure, to do some other stuff. And the Lord is not pleased with that at all. You got to pay for all of this, man. These people are scrambling, selling blood, asking for donations. Who knows what else they doing to survive? You have put them under undue hardship and survival mode. When you put a person who has nothing to lose, what do you think they're going to do? This is not a game. This is their life. Get another quick precept. This is Malachi. Straight to the point. 3 and 5. And this is what Yahweh said. It says, "And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, and against false swears, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow, the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith Yahweh of hosts." So he was talking to Jerusalem, but nevertheless, all these scriptures pertain to Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America. So, you know what I mean? We know they have to suffer as well. The Lord, obviously he, chastised Israel, the, apple of his eye. But nevertheless, these wicked heathen more importantly, Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man in America, who's doing all oppression and destruction, he's got to suffer the most. You know what I mean? He's going to be blotted out forever, according to Obadiah. But he's got to pay for his sins, for his wickedness. And the Lord is, pulling up the tab. He's giving him a tab, and once that tab is reached, it's over with. And that's what we're seeing now. Oh, God.
The same things he's doing right now. He's about to get double when that time comes, man.
Facts. Got another one. This is James 5. We gonna get still 5 and 1. We gonna start there.
This is James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So the Lord is seeing the wickedness that you're doing to these people, and he's going to punish you for it, man. And right now, he's just letting it build up, so you get a grievous punishment, man. You're not going to be able to escape it. Verse 5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you.
Yeah, so you're going to pay for all that. Let's read that in the NLT. This is James 5 and 5. Oh, man, there's so much. I'm going to start at 4. I'm going to read this James 5 in the NLT and 4. It says, for listen here. It says, for listen, hear the cries of the field workers whom you have cheated of their pay, their wages. You held back, cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's armies. It says, you have spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire. You have fattened yourselves for the day of slaughter. It says, you have condemned and killed innocent people who do not resist you. So, man, you're going to suffer the worst destruction ever. You know, you're not going to get mercy because you didn't show any mercy. You think it's cool now because you're in the power seat, but the Lord is going to remove your power seat swiftly, and that's what's happening now. Hallelujah, we can't wait for it to happen because, man, just imagine, you know, you going to work for somebody and you can't even buy food. You can't even get no lunch. How are these people eating every day at work? It's horrible. And this has been going on since February the 14th. Let's grab that. What we said? Let me just Google that, man. It says, let me go. I gotta Google that. Salaki. I just wanted to grab that. Salaki. Stupid phone tweaking. I want to Google that.
TSA agents' pay stops when there's a partial government shutdown. TSA agents stopped getting paid after funding for the Department of Homeland Security ended on February 14th, 2026. They missed their first full paycheck in mid-March of that year, and federal law ensures they will receive back pay once the shutdown is over.
But when is the shutdown going to be over with? That's what we don't know. But nevertheless, they still got to make it from day to day. So just because they're going to receive a pay when the shutdown is over, how long is that going to take? And they got money to pay them. So nevertheless, I challenge anybody to go a month without getting paid. You know what I mean? And the bills still piling up. The food still to be taken care of. Children need to be taken care of. Or whatever situation you got need to be taken care of. They're going to pay for this, man. There's no way around it. But, I hope this was edifying with that. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, tosses, truth, and Ruwell. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to the Akim and Aquath out there listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites again. Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and a Baba Ball.